Welcome to the Prepare Tools station. So, given that the goal of the human function curve is to stay inside the creative calm zone, or to move back and forth between the creative calm and the fatigue zone with awareness and small adjustments, we need to have access to a set of tools to pull out of our toolkits before funding meetings, dinners, presentations, or challenging conversations. In this section of the Somatic Experiencing Room, we will listen to and read about a set of mindfulness and somatic tools that we call Prepare Tools. These are great practices to use before a presentation, a challenging phone call, or a simple day at work. They help us to prepare to mindfully and consciously engage with the joys and stresses of being a grant funder. Our first tool is a tool that we call Clear the Mind, or Swipe the Apps. Our favorite prepare tool with funders, teachers, and students alike is called Clear the Mind and Swipe the Apps, and it goes like this. Take a second to become aware of your breath and your heart rate. Maybe even close your eyes if it helps you to turn your attention from the outer world into the inner world. Take several deep inhalations and exhalations to bring your awareness into the present moment. Next, imagine your phone. Instead of apps like Messages and Instagram, imagine all of the apps that are open in your mind right now. Perhaps you have an app open for the fight you had with your partner this morning. Or perhaps you have an app open for the grocery run you need to do this evening after work. Perhaps there's even an app that's been running for years and years about whether this is the right job for you. Now, in order to become fully present and stay in the creative calm zone, take a minute and swipe up on each of these apps. Are you swiping up? The goal in this exercise is to give your mind a message. I see that this needs to be addressed, and I will reopen the app later. But for now, I need a clean screen so I can show up for this presentation with presence. Our second favorite tool that we can use to prepare for work and to keep us more clearly in the creative calm zone is a somatic tool that we call Making a Route to the Earth. This meditation helps us ground down more deeply into our bodies and avoid the tendency to be swayed or affected by challenging conversations or unexpected changes in plans. Here now, take a minute and center yourself in a chair, or stand in a place where you can close your eyes. Place your feet firmly on the ground and allow yourself to become aware of your breath. Over the course of the next 5 inhalations and exhalations, notice your awareness as it turns from the outer world into the inner world of thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Give yourself some space to come inside. Once you can feel your body resting on your hips, imagine the base of your spine growing a strong root. Imagine this root growing all the way down through the chair, through the floor. Imagine this root growing strong and wide, winding its way through the cracks and the clumps of wet soil. Allow your breath to begin to move from your lungs, not only down into your belly and the base of your spine, but all the way down into the earth. As you move through the day, let this root, this connection to the earth, be a source of stability for you. Let it keep you connected to what is stable and unchanging in this world. And let it hold you in nourishment and centering through the course of your meetings and phone calls. Our third tool is one of our favorite tools, a written reflection and affirmation. As we write or journal in preparation for meetings, we can focus our mental and emotional energy on what we hope to accomplish that day and on what type of funder we hope to be. Journaling on its own is powerful, but coming up with an affirmation journal practice can be even more powerful in order to stay connected to our creative calm zone. To practice this tool now, get out a piece of paper. At the top of this piece of paper, write, "As a funder, I aim to be someone who is blank and blank." Fill in both of those blanks with adjectives. For example, you might write, "As a funder, I aim to be someone who is discerning and generous." Or, "As a funder, I aim to be someone who is joyful and inspiring." Then, in preparation for your day, write out a couple of events, meetings, presentations, or appointments that you'll have that day. Imagine and journal about how you might enter that engagement with these two ways of being. This journal and affirmation practice helps us to focus our thoughts and actions on ways of being, and helps us to gracefully navigate any challenges that might start pulling us out of the creative calm zone and into the fatigue zone. Lastly, there are so many ways to prepare for the day that allow us to maximize our time inside the creative calm zone. Besides these mindfulness, somatic awareness, and reflection tools, we can also make sure that we're sleeping enough, which is 8+ hours for most of us. Getting adequate water and food in the morning before we start the day, and exercising and getting a connection to the natural world and to our loved ones. This is an opportunity for you to take a few minutes and craft your own personal preparation routine. Let's say you have 10 minutes after breakfast and before your first meeting. What would you do during that slice of time to prepare you to live your highest expression as a grant maker? What tools that I've shared with you, or what other choices would you make for that space? Take a note card and jot down a plan. We are far more likely to follow through on making changes in our daily lives when we create a plan of action. Thanks for visiting the Prepare Tools station. We hope this station has given you access to a myriad of tools to support you in preparing to start your workday and in staying in the creative calm zone while you do.